You're back at Feel Better with Lauren. I'm Lauren. It's a windy day on the dock, but it's a nice day. The sun's peeking through. Thanks for coming to another cottage edition. Do something for yourself every single day, even on vacation. So today is just a light movement exercises. We want to engage our body, we want to loosen everything up. You can throw down a towel if you don't have a yoga mat. As always, we'll keep moving with our breath. We'll hold with our breath. As we inhale, we make some room. As we exhale, we relax into that room that we've made. Finally, we don't want to strain. It's strength, not strain. So modify any poses. Drop a knee if you need to. Come out of the pose a little bit if you need to. You don't want to hurt yourself because we want to see you back here again tomorrow. On that note, hit like, notify, and subscribe, and maybe we will see you back. I like it. So let's take a look at this. It's a little windy today, but it's a beautiful day. Let's start on our knees and let's just get rid of all that stale air. And then we're going to just sit here for a few minutes and just sort of focus and center ourselves and doing a little bit of breathing, a little bit of box breathing. We'll do that and then we'll get into some stretching, just some light stuff and some movement stuff. It's a windy but a beautiful day here on the dock. We're going to start off on our knees. We'll get rid of that stale air and we'll do a little bit of box breathing just to get ourselves in the mood. Today is just some light stretching and some light holding. Don't strain. So in through your nose, out through your mouth 3 times, all the way to get rid of all that stale air, and then we'll go do some box breathing. In for 5 seconds, hold for 5, out for 5, hold for 5. So in, hold, out, hold. In, hold, out, hold. In, we'll do this twice more, all through your nose. Hold, out, hold. In, hold, out, hold. And come just in the back of our mat. Let's go into our toes. We're going to stretch out our feet a little bit. And just go back on our hands. Just stay there for a second. Feel that stretch in your feet. And just move around a little bit. Put your hands in front of you, the eyes of your elbows facing forward. And let's just move around, and we're also going to wake up our wrists. Do some circles, some back and forth, moving with your breath. Going the opposite way. And turn your hands around and just sort of push back onto your toes a little bit. Get them stretched even a bit more. Just back and forth. You can bend one wrist. Your palms can lift up a little bit. And you just want to feel this in your wrist. Again, you don't want to hurt. You just sort of want to wake it up and move it around a little bit. Again, you should still feel this in your toes. And come out of that. Just shake out your hands a little bit. And let's go down to child's pose. Our toes almost together, our knees wide apart. And stretch out along. And just hold that for 3 breaths. And feel your back expanding and making space in your forehead down to the ground. Then inhale, come up to tabletop. That's your wrists under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, like a tabletop. And we're going to do some cat-cow, but we'll also do some movement around, so what I call a barrel roll. So as you inhale, your stomach goes down, your head goes up, and your exhale up to cat, but making circles. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale to cat, like a frightened cat, still rolling around. And let's go the other way 3 times. Inhale. Nice and slow. Now move up to plank. Your feet hip distance apart. Your hips about the same height as your shoulders. Your wrists right below your shoulders. And spread your shoulder blades apart. And just relax there for 3 breaths again. This time, push forward on your toes and back and forward, and drop your knees down and slide your belly along like a snake up to Sphinx pose. Elbows below your shoulders. Engage your butt so that you can stretch your back nicely. If you'd like to push up a little bit more, and only do this if you're feeling it because you're nice and flexible, push up and go into what's called seal pose. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And again, you should be relaxing into this, just feeling everything engaged. Now come back down to your forearms, and we're going to move up to forearm plank. So lift your hips up. Again, the same as when with normal plank. Your hips about the size of your shoulders. Engage all your core, tuck your tailbone. Now you're going to put your 2 feet together And you're going to put your one arm up in the air for a side plank on your forearm. Come back down, center up again on the forearm plank, and go up on the backside. So your feet together. Now here as well, you can drop your hip, you can kickstand your foot so that it supports you, or you can keep them both together. Try to pull your hips up into the air. Now back down to forearm plank, and drop everything down. Cross your hands and just go into your head here for a little bit. Shake out your hips a little bit. Just relax. Now you can go back up to child's pose, or you can put your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly go back up to plank. So lift up your knees and then push up nice and slow up to plank. Or if you've gone to child's pose, go from child's pose over to plank. And then we're going to move our left leg forward into what's called a runner's lunge, like you're about to start a race. Just hold that for a moment. Just stretch out your hip. And we're going to slowly go up, 45-degree angle at the back, into Warrior Two. Try to dig deep into your front leg and tuck your tailbone to keep your back straight. And just hold into that, looking at over through your middle finger. Now we're going to reverse warrior. Put your right arm back onto your leg and try to kick your arm up over top. Stretch out your left side, stretch out your back, feel it in your hip. And then counter stretch the other way. And your feet are going to come up and join each other for chair pose. Try to sit down to a nice deep chair today. Forward fold. Sorry for the wind. Try to keep straight here. Just hang there. Halfway lift, so your hands to your shins. Try to make a 90-degree angle in your back, nice and flat. And then exhale down to forward fold. And bend your knees. And slowly come all the way up to the top. Hands over your head, your hips kicked out. Feel that sunshine on your face. Big inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to center. And then sort of reverse. Up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Now go back to runner's lunge on the other side. that stretch in your hip. And rise up to warrior two on the other side. Keep your back straight, tuck your hips, get into that front knee as much as you can. You should see the first two toes, so you're good on your knees. Look at over through your middle finger, and then a big inhale, reverse it. I feel like this doesn't look like much of a stretch, but it feels like a lot of a stretch. And then the other way. And then up to chair again. Again, nice and deep. Go on your toes if you want. The wind doesn't blow you over. Big inhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Forward fold. Then bending your knees again. All the way up. Feel that sun. Took a second there. And to center. And then let's try getting from here. Your feet are sort of shoulder width apart, sticking out a little bit. Hands go up, and let's slowly go down to a squat if you can. Use your triceps to push out your knees a little bit. Keep your back as straight as you can. It should feel nice and stable. If you want, you could roll out your wrists. Kind of feels good sometimes. And then hands behind as gracefully as you can onto your back and into reverse table tuck. You can keep your head up, you can hang it back, feel the sun, you can move back and forth a little bit, just to stretch out your shoulders. Don't overdo it. Keep flexing your core and your butt. And then let's go down and slowly put our hips down pretty close to our heels. Keep your hands where they are, and inhale, put your chest up and get some of that sun. And then exhale, sink back into your arms. Let's do that twice more. So inhale, get some sun on our chest. Exhale, a little bit deeper if you've got it. And one last time. And reach all the way forward. Just stretch the other way and come back. Put your knees to your chest. And then put your knees together off to the right side. Your arms stretched out. Feel the sun. See if you can relax your shoulder back. Each inhale, and then exhale into that a little bit. Maybe help your knees up to your middle again. Squeeze them in. Put your knees together and put them off to the left this time. I touch with my right hand onto my, and then I just, oh, that's a nice crack. Just let your shoulders fall down. None of it straining. It all just relaxes and feels good. Bring your knees up again. Squeeze your knees into your chest. And then put your feet down, and we'll do a butterfly with our feet. So the palms of your feet or the flats of your feet push together, and then we want to try to relax our legs sort of falling open. Now, I find you could put some blocks underneath your legs here because you're not trying to hold them up. You don't want to have your legs in tension. You want to have your legs relax. So if you had blocks, you could put them right here. Otherwise, what you can do is make fists and stick your hands there, and then just let your legs fall down. The closer you put them to your body, the more support you get. And then just let your legs sort of fall open. If you put your feet away from you a little bit, the stretch is a little less intense as well. And just relax that. Still breathing through your nose. And use your hands and just pull your legs up together again. It can sometimes be a bit of an intense stretch that way. Knees to your chest, and then your feet to the four corners of your mat or your towel or your nothing or the stars. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath a little bit. Your palms facing the sun. Your face facing the sun. Relax your jaw. And just stay here and breathe and think about the day and think about your life and get some sun if you can. And we'll see you in the next one.
Always talk to your healthcare professional before starting a new regime. If you experience pain, discomfort, or dizziness, slow down or stop. These videos will become easier each day, but if it doesn't feel right today, go slower or move to another video. Listen to your body.